You are the niche. Yes, you, my friend. So, in the last couple of videos, I've really been trying to focus on attacking many of the aspects, many of the inner battles that we have with letting go on creating content, on creating videos, and just being able to express your true message. And for me personally, one of the biggest dilemmas I've had throughout my own content creation journey is this whole question behind your niche or niche or niche, however you're supposed to pronounce it. But when I started creating content, which was mostly podcasting, so I wasn't even doing any type of videos, I was only recording into a mic. Back then, there was a big deal behind finding your niche, picking your niche. And I think in some sectors of the content creation world, it's still a thing. And I'm not saying there's no benefit or validity to picking a niche, picking a certain target audience, which is what a niche represents, or a target industry or sector in the business world, like fitness, like marketing, like copywriting. All of these things are what a niche is supposed to represent. And yes, I know there is some validity to being able to target these areas. However, behind all of these logical choices that we have, I think we forget that the real niche is you, the person bringing the value, the service, and the product. Now, of course, there's a lot of white label industries that focus on a certain niche or what have you. But if you're focused and if your goal is to become a better speaker, become a better presenter, improve your content creation skills, you need to focus on you. You need to focus on the niche of you. And this is a concept that I was recently reminded of by Dan Coe. He is a fellow content creator, super, super successful, and really, really down to earth message. He is not like a very outspoken or loud speaker, what you would expect from a successful content creator. He's super, super mellow, super humble. I love his message. And he's created couple of videos behind the concept of creating the niche of you. And like I said, I had totally forgotten about this idea behind my own personal journey because I think there's other teachers and other business mentors that push the concept of picking a specific niche a little too much. And like I said, there's value to that. But I think at the same time, it negatively affects the content creator, whether that's mentally or with their confidence, with being able to present a message. Because, like I said, that's been one of the biggest battles that I have faced. It's like, man, am I targeting the fitness industry? Am I targeting the finance industry? Because I am passionate about all these areas in my life because I know they will bring value to my life. It's not that I'm purposely being scattered all over the place. It's because I have found value in educating myself in all of these areas. The more I learn about finances, the more I'm able to budget, the better investment decisions I make, the better money management decisions I make, the more aware I am of the markets, the more I continue to educate myself in fitness. I find out where I have plateaued, where I need to tweak the type of eating or the style of eating that I do, or the style of workouts that I do. Because I follow different business mentors and learn from different concepts, I've found different styles and different ways of presenting with my own public speaking skills, with my own sales skills. If it wasn't that I was studying all of these areas, then I would be lost in the wind. I would not be able to present my topics with true confidence and with true knowledge, because I wouldn't have the education or the experience to be able to talk to you about these things. So going back to one of Dan's videos, he gave an example where, let's say you do niche down on a particular industry or a field. Let's say you decide to do finance. And then let's say you decide to micro niche. You go from finance to insurance. And then you go from insurance to different type of insurance, whether it's term policies or whole life or these new universal index policies. Eventually you will probably get burned out of just talking about insurance in general, because sticking to the insurance example, some of the biggest names in the insurance world, like Ed Mylett and Patrick Bet-David, have come from the insurance world. And yes, they began their careers in that specific niche, but when it came to content creation, the niche was no longer about the insurance. It is now about them. The following and the growth they've had in content creation is now about Ed Mylett. It's now about Patrick Bet-David. And if you're just discovering these people online, you would have no idea that they were involved in insurance. You would have probably no idea on how they created their wealth. Like I said, if you are new to their content, you're like, how did this guy make all his money? Or, oh, this guy was already rich. You know, they made a lot of their wealth, or most of their wealth, through the insurance world. That's why I wanted to emphasize the lessons that I learned from Dan Koe, is that you are the niche. You need to create the niche of you, because there is many examples out there. I mean, look at the people that you follow for, like I said, whether it's finances, whether it's fitness, whether it's business, content creation, real estate investments. There's something about that person that caught your attention. And there's a reason that you resonate with their content. It might be their story, or it might be their struggle, which is another key point. Everybody's journey is different. So you need to own your journey, own your own personal experiences and failures, because I know it's not easy to look back at our failures. I know it's not easy to look back at maybe a heartbreak, or looking at the lessons that you learned if you went through a divorce like myself, if you recently went through a breakup, if you recently got laid off, or whatever the example may be. All of these lessons, all of these struggles that you have faced and overcame, this is what your audience, this is what the people that are resonating with your message are looking for. This is the value that everyone talks about. They're always like, give value, but it sounds so broad. And this is where focusing on the niche of you can really help you define the value. And of course, I'll go back to the idea of picking an industry, picking a niche, a particular sector that you want to focus on. This is where you begin to talk about the things that bring you alive, the things that you're truly passionate about. That could be cooking, that could be gaming, that could be if you're an artist or a singer. For me, that's what this whole channel is about, is lifestyle design. So if you look at the key areas in personal development, it's health, wealth, mindset, and most of the time relationships. So those are the topics that I love to cover. And like I said, I used to really beat myself up behind the fact that I was talking about too many things and maybe spreading myself thin. And like I said, there is probably some business expert out there that will tell me there is truth to that. But if you're in this for the long game, if you're in this for something that will not just eventually bring you income or help you retire or help you buy that mansion or Lamborghini, if you're truly in this endeavor because of the passion and the drive that you have for helping somebody out, for giving value, and at the same time becoming the best version of yourself, if you're truly in this for those reasons, that's where becoming the niche of you will really, really let you break free from the mental barriers and be able to express the true message that I know is inside of every single one of you. And even though I mentioned Dan's videos that are pretty recent, but they're super awesome, the quality and the value is amazing. This message of becoming the niche of you, or pretty much being yourself, has been around for a long time. There's even Gary Vee videos from like 5 or 8 years ago where this is the one thing he wants his audience to focus on, is pretty much being yourself and expressing the messages that really, really bring you passion, bring you that fire inside that really makes you come alive behind camera. Because ultimately, like I said, that is the value, that is the message that your audience, your viewers are truly, truly looking for. Okay, thanks again for sticking with me on the video. But as I always say, if you find value, feel free to share, like, or subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.